Hi Libra, welcome to your 2016 forecast. And there's a lot of energy moving for you this year about moving forward. One of the main messages for everybody from the universal source is about looking at the big picture. What is the big thing that you want in your life, that you want to be able to do, that you want to be able to say that your life was about? And how do you put it in alignment to do that? What needs to be done in order for you to live that one thing? Maybe it's several things that, in my life, I want to be able to go here or do this, or that essence. Now, with this message, there's, for you personally, in order to be able to fulfill that, it comes with a spiritual lesson, a spiritual growth, spiritual development. There's an activation in your chart for spiritual growth, understanding your subconscious, understanding why you are the way you are, and digging deep into your psyche, developing your intuition. Now we begin the new year with all of the planets moving direct. In fact, when Uranus went direct December 25th and in 2015, all of the planets are moving direct. So we charged into the new year of full speed, full throttle. Then on the 4th, Mercury goes retrograde. Mercury will go retrograde 4 times this year in Earth signs. Although it does start in January, dips into Aquarius 1 degrees and goes back into Capricorn. Now, it doesn't mean not to have your New Year's moving forward to take on something new. It does mean that you could take on something new, then 3 weeks later have life implode on you and put it aside. But the thing about starting something new under Mercury retrograde, when it's something you want to get back to, it's a good thing, because when Mercury goes retrograde again, you can get back to it. So think of what that could be for you. Something that you don't want to just do once in your life. You know that you'll do it a while and then, life gets in the way and you do other stuff and then you want to get back to it. It could be with your health. It could be reading. It could be learning something and then pick it up again. It could be a creative project that you pick up again. Now, also, Jupiter will go retrograde on January 7th in Virgo, highlighting this side for you about developing your personal growth and spiritual growth, spiritual development, acknowledging where you can be your own worst enemy, acknowledging where you trip yourself up in life. And that's where one of the messages for you is just getting that handled, cleaning a little bit of that up. Jupiter will go in your sign in September, which is really good, but we'll get there. On the 25th of January, Mercury does move direct. And like I mentioned, all the Mercury retrogrades 4 times this year are in Earth signs. And they're very special because they're connecting to a Jupiter-Pluto trine that's exact in March and again exact in May. And this trine, it's exact in March 16th, and then it's exact again June 26th. And between this, Mercury is connected because it will be connected to where Pluto is, the degree of Pluto and the degree of Jupiter. And what this means is that this big energy, Jupiter-Pluto wants things big. And that's what I say. Think about that one big thing that you want in your life. Because when Mercury goes retrograde and goes direct again, we get insights. Well, this is what I need to do. In an Earth sign, it's action. What's practical? What's practical that I can do? It has a spiritual component for you. So how do you put practicality together with a spiritual component? Well, the practical side would be, I'm going to meditate every day. I'm going to do my vision board. I'm going to journal. That's how you can manifest in the physical world the spiritual practices. March is a very powerful month. We have an eclipse on March 8th. We have, like I mentioned, the Jupiter-Pluto trine, moving things forward for that big aspiration. We have the lunar eclipse, March 23rd, which is a powerful day. It's right off the equinox. Jupiter-Saturn square, same day, March 23rd. Jupiter, and then Saturn retrograde on March 25th. Now, the Jupiter-Saturn square, Jupiter wants confidence, it wants belief, it wants faith. Saturn's that sense of, but can you really do it? So it is about putting work to what you believe in. And this energy with Jupiter-Saturn, and we have a Saturn-Neptune, we already had one in November 2015 and two more in 2016. Saturn, and they're weaving in and out between March, it's a very strong time, and September 2016. So what is it for you? You know, where's this energy vibrating in your chart? And for you, it's vibrating in terms of communication, in terms of learning, in terms of doing, putting it in your schedule again, journaling, anything that has to do with, if I knew this, then something else would be able to fall into place for me. There is also that March time, there's an energy of making adjustments in your life. So there could be some things where you feel that, okay, I just need to adjust a little bit here, just a little bit there. Now, when we move into the April energy, of course, the very end of March and April, we're at that halfway point of your birthday year. So the sun is traveling through Aries, opposite your sign. April's another very powerful month where you can find things happening. If you want a new job, things can pop up. There's a restless energy and more probability of bigger change in your life if you were born October 11th, 12th, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's a pretty wide range. And especially going up from the 15, 16, 17. Major shifts, restlessness energy, I want to do something different, life is changing energy. You can start to feel it pretty strongly in April. April, we also have Mars going retrograde from Sagittarius, which is where Saturn is, emphasizing that where do I want to put energy or action into learning something new that I can use, that will be useful for me. Then it retrogrades back into Scorpio, and Mars will be in Scorpio. It goes into Scorpio in January, and it goes into Scorpio in February, and it will be in Scorpio for weeks, emphasizing your financial situation. There may be something financially for you where you feel that you need to put more aggressiveness into it. So you can aggressively look at your budget, aggressively look at, or even talk to your boss, or look for another job with more money. Now, it's also asking you to look at your own skills, your own talents, and be willing to develop them, to be willing to put that can-do effort into developing your natural gifts and your natural talents. In April, we also have Pluto going retrograde, so Pluto will be very strong. If you were born around the 8th, 9th, or 10th, this in April time, you may feel this sense of shift in your life, that something needs to change. There's deep change going on within. There may be some struggle. There may be generally it represents power struggle. That there could be something outside of yourself where you feel a little, perhaps at work, perhaps in a relationship. Wait a minute, what about me? Is that fair? And just owning your power ultimately is about coming into your power and owning your power. As we go to the end of April and we're shifting into, on April 28th, we have Mercury going retrograde again in Taurus. Then we have May 22nd, it will go direct. But also Jupiter will go direct May 9th. So that direction of Jupiter moving direct in the part of your chart about spiritual development, understanding where you can be your own worst enemy, getting messages from the other side, your intuition can be heightened in May. At the end of May, May 26th, we have another Jupiter-Saturn square that kicked off at the end of March about believing in your dreams, but putting effort into them. We shift into June, and now all of this energy is very strong about being able to create more opportunity for yourself through knowledge that you can use in your day-to-day life, and to dream about what would your daily life be like. What would be your perfect schedule? There's a little bit about taking extra care of your health, or there might not be anything wrong, but if you start to feel sleepy or off a little bit, just listen to your intuition around what your body needs to stay vibrant and to stay healthy. Mars will go direct on June 29th in Scorpio. And again, that's activating that financial sector of your chart and putting effort and energy for more abundance and prosperity. In the middle of the summer, July 29th, so the end of July, beginning of August, Uranus is moving retrograde, and again, that will impact a restlessness, especially if you were born around October 16th, October 17th. That can be a time that you want to change your job or look for something different, do something different. We move into August with Saturn moving direct, once again emphasizing an aspect that says, hey, do you know everything you need to know? That helps you function. If you want to change a job, then there might be something new to learn. So it also can indicate, for a completely different reason, thinking about buying a new vehicle or thinking about a different way of transportation. And moving into September, we have Venus moving into your sign August 29th, going through September. We get up to September 9th, Jupiter goes into your sign, and moving on to, this can be a time where you really start to feel more growth, more expansion, even though it's before your birthday month, which is generally a time of releasing, letting go, preparing for the new birthday year. This energy with Venus being in your sign and Jupiter in your sign, more confidence, more growth, more pizzazz, belief in yourself. Now, September is a pact-filled month because it starts September 1st with the eclipse in Virgo, still like elbowing that message that was very strong the first 9 months of the year about developing your spiritual self and personal growth. And then we'll have the lunar eclipse 2 weeks later on September 16th. And again, emphasizing how much have I grown spiritually, how much have I developed myself in order for me to fulfill the bigger vision that I have for my life that will impact all aspects, again, the career, the love. And speaking of love life, with Venus being in your sign from the end of August through September. That can be a time where you really start to find, more romantic interests. It's not like you won't have it throughout the year. Of course, you're a Libra. Of course, you'll have relationships and romance, or at least be drawn to what is it that I want. And and then Jupiter going into your sign is a time of looking for opportunities. Now, when Jupiter is in your sign, it's not that, you win the lottery. Maybe somebody will win it, right? But it's not about that. It is about that things can start to open up. You still have to take action. You still have to walk through the door. You still have to recognize what is an opportunity for me, or what is just, diversion. So to recognize that time frame and what could be real. As we move towards the end of the month, right, we have this equinox, the sun goes into Libra, Mercury will go direct on the 22nd, 14 degrees of Virgo, trining Pluto, which goes direct September 26th, kicking off that energy that I was talking about, that beautiful Jupiter-Pluto trine, which goes back to the conjunction of the big things in life. Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, it happened in 2007, 28 degrees of Sagittarius, connected to the galactic center. And think of that as the galactic center. What is the center? How do I center myself to really know the big thing, the main thing, the huge thing that I want to make sure, I want to be able to say that I've done this life that I've been given. And this energy at the end of September, going into your birthday month, is very powerful for you to keep things moving. Whatever that may be, that's important for you. And then as we move into November, Jupiter's in Libra, right? And by November 24th, it's at the halfway point. It's at 15 degrees of Libra, halfway through Libra. Now, it's going to be there. The whole sign is just moving pretty quickly initially. And November 24th, it's square Pluto. That pressure again around manifesting the big dream, acknowledging it, seeing it. And if you've done your so-called astrological homework of developing your spiritual self, your personal growth, then you really can feel it beginning to pull in, beginning to manifest. In December, we have another Mercury retrograde at 15 degrees of Capricorn, the degree that it went direct in January 25th. It went direct at 15 degrees, conjunct Pluto, right? That's where the energy of Pluto is. And what's more, just pretty much amazing how the universe has this grand design, very synchronistic, that Jupiter will retrograde back to 28 degrees of Sagittarius. Remember, that's where the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. The Mercury retrograde cycle has nothing to do, supposedly, with the Pluto-Jupiter cycle conjunction. But it does, because it is. That's why it's so important to pay attention to this, because for you it's impacting that you will be able to create your material, your 3D world, manifest in the 3D world through the spiritual realm, and understanding your psychological nature and how your beliefs and all of that can impact or help or deter you from manifestation. And then on December 26th, we have Uranus-Jupiter opposition, which is very exciting. It's an exciting energy. That goes back to the conjunction that happened at 0 degrees of Aries, which is individuality and freedom and breaking free, and that every human being on this planet deserves to be uniquely themselves. And how well, when you get to the opposition, how well have we done? So think about all of the things that have happened over the last 8 years 7-8 years about the rights of individuals. You know, the Arab Spring started on this. The rights of individuals to say no to tyranny, to say no to, I may be different. I may not be the same as you. I may not be the mainstream, but I have a right to be who I am. So this freedom energy finishes with our end of the year, and your Uranus is going direct on December 29th. Very exciting, especially for those of you who are born on the 18th, the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th of October. That is a time where you really can feel the things about to burst open. Thank you very much. Have a very, very happy new year. And there's a subscribe button someplace below here. And please share. And if you want to comment, go ahead and let me know what your big dream is for 2016. Happy New Year.